Alright all, and welcome back to the big videos, the ones we have been waiting for. It's our final selections video for the Cheltenham Festival of 2020. We're here on the Sunday night, and I think what's going to end up happening is I'm going to end up doing day 1 to 4 all tonight. My reasoning being, I'm heading over to Cheltenham tomorrow, which is brilliant. I'm going over for the whole week. I'm over with my dad, which is great as well. My dad was the reason I suppose I got into racing, and there's no better man to spend your first Cheltenham Festival at the track with. So that's the reason. I'm not really going to get, I suspect, the chances during the week to make the videos, and therefore that's why they'll probably all be recorded tonight and then just put out throughout the week. So just letting you know about that in advance. It does mean that we have the day 1 final declarations in though and ready to go. And as I say, these final selection videos is me just bombing through selections. Hopefully going to keep these snappy 5-6 minute videos, because a lot of the shouts, if they're the same, I'm not going to go into depth about them. You can look at the main videos, the day 1 to 4 previews, if you want to see the in-depth reasons why I'm backing these horses. Starting off with the Sky Bet Supreme Novices Hurdle. I am very wary of a horse called Shishkin in this. He looks very good, but I'm going to take grade 1 form still over potential, and therefore Asterion Forlange is at around the 3-1 mark now. He's evening up his favours with Shishkin, which I think is around fair. I think he's still not a bad price, and Fiddler on the Roof was my each way selection. He's still around the 7-1 mark. The Tallworth hasn't worked out brilliantly, but I still like Fiddler on the Roof, and I think he'll run into a place. A lot of bookmakers will give you heaps of places on the Supreme Novices Hurdle. I see William Hiller giving out 7 places. Take it. They're giving you it. So take it. You know, don't be afraid to bet each way at Cheltenham especially. Get your money back. If you think the horse will run well, but you're not sure it's going to win, do sometimes back each way at that type of price, that 7-8-1 price. You get a decent enough return. Going on to the Arkle Novices Chase, another race where my views have not really changed. Cashback and Brewing Up a Storm for me against the field. Brewing Up a Storm, I'm really beginning to kind of get a feeling that this is going to happen for Ollie Murphy. When we called Ollie Murphy for the Racing Riot podcast that I was part of last week, he was very sweet on Brewing Up a Storm. He said he was probably his best chance of the week, which was very interesting considering he's the likes of Itchy Feet, Scandyberg. I think he'll have a winner at this year's festival. It just depends who. I think this horse has a big chance. Cashback, as you guys know, only has to reverse half a length with Notebook, I'm just not prepared to weigh in at those sort of prices on him. He's a good horse. Wouldn't surprise me if he won. I'd have him every day ahead of Fakir Duderee, but I just can't back him at that 5-2, 11-4 price. The Ultimate Handicap Chase. The conditional did get in. He got in actually quite cosily in the end, which I was a bit surprised with. But again, it would be 2 against the field, Discorama and the conditional. I'm really sweet on Discorama, as are the Nolans. Hopefully for Paul Nolan and Brian Cooper, they can get a handicap winner here. The conditional, formerly trained by Martin Hassett, now with David Bridgewater, has been really good this year. Brendan Powell in the saddle, hopefully has a chance as well. I'd say the main danger actually is Vindication. My only thing against Vindication is looking around 159 in a festival handicap. He'd need to be a Gold Cup horse to do that. In my eyes, I don't think he is. But I think he could run a nice enough race. The Champion Hurdle is a minefield of a race. We all know that. Hopefully we get 4 to 5 places on the day. Super Sunday, I suppose, has been a bit of the wise man's, the wise guy's price. I put him up as an anti-post tip in one of my previous videos at I think 33-1. He's now 10-1. My thoughts haven't really changed on him, even though he's come in for market support. He's got a decent each way chance. I kind of see him being in the first 4 or 5. The other one I'd probably take a little bit of an each way squeak on is Darver Star, but it's a small stakes race and just see what happens, to be honest. The Mayor's Hurdle, Benny Juju versus Honeysuckle. I do think it's between the two, and Benny Juju will win. she's just a better mare than Honeysuckle in my eyes. Stormy Ireland is probably the most likely to finish third, but you're only playing with one place from an each-way perspective, so I wouldn't advise that each way. The Northern Trust Novices Handicap Chase. This Imperial Aura looks very strong. I'd be hard-pressed to make much of a case as to why he won't be very close, especially considering I really like Simply the Bets later on in the week. He might be worth a bet, I'm not sure. I'd like to see more 6-1 on the day, but I certainly wouldn't put anyone off backing him, and if you're on at bigger prices, more luck to you. The one I still like for this race, though, is Beakstown for Dan Skelton and Harry Skelton. He's 12-1. He looks like there might be a bit of room for manoeuvre off his mark of 139. And the National Hunt Chase to finish off the day one card. Now, I'm not a massive advocate for people that say this is a no-bet race. I don't like it. A lot of the time, I feel people say it so they kind of get out of the way of having to make an opinion on races, and we're looking for opinions. My idea of the winner was Champagne Classic. He's now out of the race. I do think, as much as I don't believe in no-bet races, there are small stakes races, and this I think would be one of them. Personally, I would back Carefully Selected because he's by far the best horse in the race. I do have an issue about his jumping, as I'm sure a lot of you guys do, but I just think Carefully Selected is the best horse in the race, and if he gets around safely, will win the National Hunt Chase. Anyway, that's all for the day one final selections. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please do give it a like and subscribe to the channel down below for the next couple of days previews in the next couple of days. And you mightn't see this. You might see this before Cheltenham. You might see it after Cheltenham. I hope all your tips and all your bets go down well, and hopefully we can back a few winners together. So until the day two final selection preview, I'll see you next time.